Hello, I thought I'd do a video on my current Granada that I've recently bought. It's a 1989 Ford Granada Scorpio 2.9 injection. I bought it last year. The story was, it was advertised in a car group that I car run by a daughter of a gentleman who sadly passed away. The car had been sitting in the garage since 2008, 2009. The family didn't want to get rid of it, but it was getting to the stage that the car had to go. So it was advertised in the group, and quite a few banger racers were interested in it, and people were interested in stripping it down and whatnot. And I felt a bit sorry for it, so me being the saddo that I am, I went to have a look at it. Got a chat to the family, who were a lovely family, who really didn't want to see them scrapped. So I went and made an offer on it, and here it is. I rang a recovery company up, who went to pick it up for me. He chucked a battery pack on it, and it fired straight up after 10 years sitting in this garage, which was pretty amazing. And it drove straight onto the trailer with flat tyres and covered in dirt and grime.
I know, I can't believe the sound of it. That's amazing. Oh, that front one's going a bit. Come on car, you can do it. You can do it.
I spent most of the winter going through it mechanically, getting it all sorted. Had to tidy up the wheel arches, get it running nicely. Nothing major though, it was all pretty straightforward stuff. The ABS unit is packed up, so the brakes wouldn't work properly. So I got a new unit off eBay for 40 quid, and the brakes are now working fine. The biggest problem I had was the first time I drove it, the auto box decided to blow its seal and leak oil everywhere on the dual carriageway, so I had to get it recovered. But thankfully a friend of mine sorted that out for me, so that's all sorted now. So yeah, she's looking pretty good now. These Granadas came out around 1985 in this Mark Graham shape until approximately 1990, when they got facelifted before being replaced with a full-guide version in 1995. The 2.9 Scorpio was the flagship version. I mean, these were mega money when they were new. They did bring out a Cosworth engine, which was a 24 valve version, and yeah, they are a beast. They came out a bit after this on the facelift, which was about 1990. This particular car was well, all I know is it from Birmingham for the first 3 years. It done about 60,000 miles, so I presume it was a company car, before being traded in it, or being sold by John Gross in Ipswich to the chap who I bought it off. He had it from 92 until obviously he passed away, where it sat in the garage. Everything was done by the main dealer, all the servicing, everything. I've got loads of service paperwork for it. It was obviously a very well looked after car. I mean, it's only done 115,000 now, and that's so he's done 60,000 in since 1992. So nothing much wrong with that. It's got everything, this car. I've completely loaded up. Bearing in mind it's a 1989 car, so it's 31 years old. He's come with aircon, heated front and rear windows, stereo with graphic equaliser, electric front and rear seats, heated front seats, electric sunroof, a clock which, if I get to work, yeah, I don't know if you can see it very well in this, basically gives you the time and date, and a stopwatch as well if you fancy doing any 0 to 60 tests. You get your fuel computer, you get electric front seats, if I turn the ignition on, and you also get an electric rear seat, although it's a bit temperamental, this button, but so you can recline in luxury. Although in this one I had to take the plug out slightly, for some reason it was just pushed in, this doesn't want to work, so strange. You had a good sized boot, although it's mostly full of rubbish. And this is the engine, which is a 2.9 current gain, I think it's pronounced, unit, which was also shared with the Sierra XR4 or XR4. No, it weren't. XR4 was the 2.8 version, which these had in the early days. For this point, there was the XR4 before. If you start it up, these produced about 150 brake horsepower, so they get along alright for a big car. Definitely wafty. Have courtesy lights everywhere, under the here as well, and under the rear seats, and there's all electric. So yeah, she purrs along alright. Well, yeah, we'll take it for a little drive up the road, shall we? Right then. Unfortunately, these do get a little bit of a hammering by most people because they are seen as a bloated version of the Sierra. The last true Granada was the Mark II, and these are a bit of the ugly duckling. I mean, yes, I must admit I do prefer the Mark II. The Mark II is a gorgeous car, but these are by no means worse, bad. I mean, they just drive nice, they waft along, they're not ugly. They're well made. I really can't see why these aren't as popular as they are. I mean, you can pick up one of these in nice working condition for around £1,000, with needing a little bit of, you know, TLC in the edges and stuff. A nice, good, clean example, somewhere between £2,000–3,000. In comparison to Ford Sierra, a lot more money. I mean, for what you can pay for one of these, you pay more for a Mark II Fiesta Popular Plus, and you don't have electric seats in a Fiesta, you don't have cruise control, you don't have aircon. I just don't know. One thing I would say is this averages probably around 20 to 25 miles to the gallon, which obviously isn't the most economical, but as a weekend toy, does it matter? You know, if you're not using it every day, miles per gallon, more like miles per gallon, you know. Picks up well, she goes well, you know. It's That V6 soundtrack is beautiful as well. Real nice sound to it. Beautiful day today. In fairness, for the size of the car, it handles well, you know, you can throw it into the corners. So there you go, there's my 1989 Ford Granada Scorpio 2.9. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it wasn't up to Hubnut standard or iDriver Classic. I know I wasn't. But it's not about me, it's about the car, and I hope the car sold itself. I hope some of you have watched it has enjoyed that and thought, you know, what might have done there myself as a bit of a retro cruiser. There's certainly worse cars you can have. Anyway, take care of yourself. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.